Everyone, today is my Friday, so I have to go into Newcastle city centre today. I've got an appointment, and then I just need to do some boring bits. I need to cash a cheque, stuff like that. Then I'm going to come back. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, but I just wanted to talk to you quick. I saw a video. Is it Joy Sparkles BS? That's it, yeah. Joy Sparkles BS on Peter Mon. And some of those videos, she actually took the footage and she had permission from a lady called, is it Lipstick Rat, I believe? And, you know, I've seen, what I was surprised about basically was there was footage. I've always thought Peter Mon was like a huge uber fan of Trisha. There is video evidence of him saying that he didn't used to like Trisha's videos. Why is she making these music videos? Who is she doing them for? I was actually really shocked because I was always under the impression he loved Trisha. Like I've always liked a lot of Trisha's videos. Some of them are a bit questionable, and obviously she's like the biggest troll on YouTube. She can be anyway. But I was still just so shocked to see after all of the back and forth they've had, conversations on You Now. I was so shocked to see that in his original older videos, he said that he wasn't a fan of Trisha. And do you think, has he changed his mind? Did he change his mind? Has it all been a lie? Did he just do it so he could, I don't know, get his YouTube name on the map? I'd hate to think that. I do believe people can change their mind on people and stuff like that, but this was blinking shocking. But anyway, I need to get ready to go.
Next station is Ilford Road.
So I'm now back and I've got in my Winnie the Pooh onesie and my unicorn slippers. I know I look ridiculous, but I couldn't give a flying you know what. So I'm just going to get myself a coffee. Alex had an appointment as well this morning and I'm back. And today, now I do need to clean the house, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'll probably, I'll have to over a few days because I don't want to spend like hours doing house. But also what I was going to bring up today, I saw on Twitter, I don't know how many of you follow James Charles. I've never had a problem with him or anything, but what is wrong with people at the minute? He's basically got the arseache because Marlena from Makeup Geek is having, she tweeted out that Netflix were filming a documentary with her, I think going into the ins and outs of the beauty industry and No, but basically it comes across as the green-eyed monster because Netflix have gone to Marlena and not him about creating a documentary. I mean, it just comes across as really sour and I don't like it. Plus he also put a tweet out basically, in my opinion, saying that smaller influencers create drama and then wonder why their growth stunts on YouTube or whatever, or maybe also consider that your personality just sucks. Well, maybe, I'm not saying what he does isn't good. I'm not saying that I don't not like him or nothing like that. I did like that tweet, but I don't not like him. However, there's the evidence of fault to think there's a huge element of luck, and a lot of it is who you know and right place at the right time. And yeah, I just thought it was a bit, it came across as, you know, I'm on my pedestal a little bit. I don't know if it meant to be like that. It probably didn't, but that's how it came across to me and I didn't blink it like it. But anyway, I'm going to do a coffee. So I just wanted to show everyone my wax I'm melting today. So, you know, I said to you, I found these aroma melts, mahogany apple. They still have scent and they must be at least 4 years old. They're like stuck at the bottom of my stash. So I'm going to be melting those. I've already put in the burner my little Yankee petal burner. Some other ones in the freezer to get all the wax out. Yankee Candle Simply Home Apple Spice Potpourri. I'll tell you something, right? These old Simply Home ones are absolutely fabulous if you can get your hands on any of those. They're really, really good. Really good. And also I'm putting in my mixology. I've found obviously some old little votive candles, and this is a mixology dish. Now this is from Yankee. It was relatively inexpensive, and if you want to create your own 3-wick scented candle, you can just chuck them in. Obviously take all the labels off and all, you know, all the wrapping, light them. And if you're first of all having trouble with getting it to, you know, pull out, put some tin foil all the way around it, and it will normally always correct itself. Really, really good. So I'm going to be melting. Let me get these mothers out. I am going to have, well, Paradise Spice. To be honest with you, this doesn't really smell very much on its own, which is why I'm sort of chucking them in the mixology dish. November Rain, along with Full Glory. So I'm going to be melting them 3 together and putting them in my kitchen. But yeah, so that's what I'm melting at the moment. I've got the washing on. It's still quite windy outside, and yeah, I'm good, happy melting. So this may look really, really super strange, but I'm actually trying to get out of my Swan Creek Candle Company candle jar the wax. So as you know, I mean, the wax smells absolutely gorgeous, but there was soot in, it was tunnelling. Anyway, so I want to get the wax out and use it in a burner. So I saw a way you can do it. You sort of basically pour boiling water, as you can see here, into the jar, and then you leave it for quite a long time. You do have to keep checking it. And as you can see, the wax starts to go up. So little bubbles, it kind of looks slightly lava lampy, will go up to the top, and that's the oil floating to the top. And then, the only thing is, I think this one will take a few goes just because there is so much blinking wax in there. And then basically it solidifies a bit, not completely, enough for you to mould it out and get the wax out, and you can use in your warmers, that's what I want to do with this one, because this wax is gorgeous. I mean, you can see on the top, I'll put some little holes in the wax as well, just because there's so much of it, but you see there's little bubbles coming up. So I've also done it with this candle here. I'm not too sure, I could have probably just put that one in the freezer. I think my candle from, I don't know, it's going to be a little bit, actually it's not hot at all. Goodness Gracious Pumpkin Souffle, because it just didn't perform very well, and neither did this one, unfortunately. And I don't want to waste this wax, especially from Swan Creek, because it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll let you know how I get on in a few hours. Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Today is my Sunday. Yesterday, didn't do any filming whatsoever. I just literally spent the whole day cleaning my house from top to bottom. I cleaned the windows, cleaned the toilets, vacuumed, dusted, every room near enough. So nice and a clean house. The only thing I didn't manage to do is vacuum the stairs, but Alex is going to do that for me. But yeah, so had a whole day of cleaning, and it always, do you know what, the house always feels so much nicer, doesn't it, after you have a clean-a-thon. But yeah, I wanted to update you all because this morning we had an unexpected guest, well, not guest, knock on the door, and it was the police. So some of you may remember that a while ago now, quite a few months ago, there was some kids who threw some rocks at the house, stones, whatever you want to call it, broke our window. Of course we reported it. And luckily we have CCTV everywhere. We have CCTV all around the house. We've got cameras inside. We are CCTV'd up. And I think everybody needs to be like that nowadays. Sad to think that way, but I think that everyone needs to, if you can afford it, get CCTV. But anyway, well, he came over. And if any of you may remember, obviously we knew who the guys were, well, the boys were. They were between the ages, at the time they were 13, they may be a little bit older now, they've had the school holidays and stuff like that. But obviously they need to be reprimanded for what they had done, not just think they can get away with it. A lot of people don't follow things like this up, and luckily we kind of did a lot of the police work for them, found out what schools they went to and stuff like that. So it was relatively easy to find out who these kids were, considering one of them lives, well, I think they all live extremely close. Yeah. So we had a knock at the door this morning, 9:30. I wasn't even dressed because I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning watching Undercover Boss. I know, I'm crazy. So I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning watching Undercover Boss. Anyway, knock at the door and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, Alex answered it. He came into the front room or the living area. And basically what happens is You can go down one of two lines. You can one of two ways. You can either prosecute if you really want to prosecute, or you can do the kind of thing and you can actually sort of get a letter of apology and go from there. And we didn't want to be too horrible. It was mainly we wanted for them to know what they'd done is wrong and there to be some kind of consequence. You know, even them having the police visit them in front of their parents might be enough to stop them doing anything like this again, and that's what we wanted. So we had letters from all three of these kids, and they've actually, I'm not going to go into what the letters said because it is actually quite personal, and it makes you think of how young these kids are, because they're not obviously as bad as I thought they were. In the beginning I was so distraught, it gave me such anxiety you wouldn't believe. I hid it really well on camera. I actually had a panic attack. Came up in like a rash everywhere from like a panic attack. I think it's, anyway, like, it really affected me. I'm getting upset, but it affected me so much. It really, really did. And yeah. But so these kids wrote letters of apology. They seemed genuine, and you know what they actually did, which made me feel so much better, which they didn't have to do. You can't force them to give you any money considering their age and stuff like that. Also depends on the parents as well, and the parents were all very, very upset and angry these kids had done this. Two of them especially. I believe one of the boys actually burst into tears when he was in front of the police, which actually not made me feel better, but shows he has some kind of conscience, you know. He didn't not give a toss. But they gave us some money, they clubbed together and put some of their pocket money towards us repairing the window, which maybe you don't, it was so long since I had pocket money that it kind of hit home how young these kids are. And I just hope that's enough now to frighten them to not do it again. That's all we want. That's all we want, done and dusted. And so now that door has hopefully closed, and I'm hoping now a good door will open for us, because we've had, especially me, all of us, I've had the most, apart from, it's been a bittersweet, I've had a fantastic year, so to speak, got this gorgeous house, but after that, everything kind of went downhill. But I like to think that now this door is closed and a better one will open for me. Fingers crossed. So anyway, enough of that. That door is shut. So the police guy we had working with us was actually a really, really nice guy. Probably our sort of age, maybe a little bit younger. Nice guy. And he told us a little bit about the kids, and one of them especially, and it makes you think, oh, I just hope they're going to get brought up okay, because sometimes things go on in kids' personal lives with the parents, and it's sad. That's all I'm going to say. It's so sad, because I wasn't brought up like that, and Alex wasn't brought up like that. But anyway, I'm in comfy clothes today. I'm in my Little Miss jumper. A few people have asked me, I've got some of these jumpers from, they're all from Truffle Shuffle. This is Truffle Shuffle. My Rainbow Bright one's Truffle Shuffle. My Little Pony tops Truffle Shuffle. Yeah, Truffle Shuffle, but they're not the cheapest for what they are. So just sat down, but I wanted to update you all on that, because obviously it was a big thing when it happened. So anyway, what am I doing now? I'm gonna have something to eat. I've not had something to eat yet. It's lunchtime and I've just forgotten to eat, so I'm just gonna have a soup because I'm gonna have a roasty later on, which I'm gonna be cooking. And oh my gosh, I decanted. I got all of that wax out of that jar. It's messy, like I showed you yesterday. You know, you put the boiling water in the jar with the candle wax, with the candle jar, glass candle jar. Although a lot of the wax will come to the top when it's cooled, you pull it out, and then the rest of the wax underneath is quite soft. You might need a couple of goes, but you can basically scrape it all out with like a knife or something like that, or a spoon. So I have some other candles which I wasn't going to burn because they soot like a mother you know what. So I'm now probably going to burn those. If they are crappy and if they don't perform well, I can just get all the wax out. I'm talking about Goose Creek here, actually. I'm talking about Goose Creek candles, because they have been known to soot like a mother. So if I can get all the wax out of those now, happy days. I'm so excited. My house is smelling gorgeous. It smells all cinnamony and appley, and I love it. Here's the jar I was talking about, the Swan Creek jar. Now just cleaning it out. I've just put boiling water, and I've got all the wax out. Boiling water and some fairy liquid. Going to just sort of scrub it clean. As you can see, actually, that has already helped it load. It's like looking pretty clean, and I'm going to sort of, I don't know if Alex is going to make it like a solar light jar for me. So, a little bit of a tree update. Nobody actually came out at all to look at it. So, from when we had the storm the other day, Storm Alley, it is still kind of hanging down out there. It's like leaning on another tree, so it looks kind of safe enough for now, but who knows what's going to happen in a few weeks. So there's a big bit of wind or loads of rain, it could come down, but can't worry about it. So I just wanted to show you, this is all of the wax I got out of that candle. As you can see, it's quite crumbly, so the top bit came off in a thick layer, and then I got a knife and got the rest out, and I did it a couple of times with the boiling water in it, and yeah, so I got the equivalent, I think, to over around about 15 Yankee candles. And I tell you something, the scent on this Swan Creek candle is so nice. Just I'm just going to use it in my burners, which I'm doing now, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. So I've just been preparing my roast dinner for my Sunday roast. Just chopped the parsnips, carrots, we do roast parsnips and carrots, and chop the potatoes. But I just want to say something I've noticed as well. You know, I did a video about the candle communities, how Rich Luck can say it. I love Rich Lucks. Anyway, like I said, I wasn't talking about anyone specifically. I think you can also, this comes in any way, shape or form. I think you can figure out who's giving fake reviews if they're near enough always positive, especially, I mean, yeah, I just think you can. But what I also do think, there's no need to call anyone names. There's just no need for it. I mean, you can express your opinion without calling somebody a name. You know, that's how I feel anyway. It's just everyone can have their opinion, but there's no need to start calling people like personal names. You know, I just find that classless, so to speak, really. I just find it a bit classless. So that's what I think anyway. So I'm just about to do some editing, and yeah, I also saw in the paper today that Katie Price, I'm not going to keep talking about it all the time, but I do find her story at the moment intriguing. Kieran Hayler, her ex-husband, has come out and said he had a paternity test and he will not reveal if he's the father or not. Now, do you think he's doing this all for publicity, or he's basically saying he didn't think when earlier on in their relationship, I think it was before Jet, I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that, before Jet was born, he thought she might have been playing around because he saw Katie had been FaceTiming that deli alley, and he FaceTimed her, her deli alley FaceTimed her, and Kieran picked up the phone. But anyway, he said he's not ever going to reveal for now if he's the father or not. Now, do you think he's doing this for publicity, or do you think he's actually not the father? Because if he is the father and he's saying he's not going to reveal if he is the father, I just find that really irresponsible. When I first saw the stories coming out in the paper, I didn't think they were too bad. Obviously, he said that Katie had drugs around the family home and that he had to lie to bailiffs. And however, all they know is drugs around the family home. They weren't in reach of the kids, so they weren't in any danger. That is so bad for him to say that, if that is the truth. I have no reason to believe that that isn't the truth, but gosh, if Peter Andre really did want to get full custody, he could so easily do that now, in my opinion. He so easily could. And then for him to then say that, you know, before he cheated on her, he thought that he could be cheating, she could have been cheating on him, and Katie was the one who made him have a paternity test. Now, do you think this is all BS, or do you think it's the truth? I don't think he'd be stupid enough to lie, but I'm questioning his motives as to why he's released all of that. I really am. But for the rest of the day, I'm just going to do a little bit of editing, and I plan to do some more kind of sit down videos next week, not just vloggy types, but you know, life gets in the way, police turn up, and what are you going to do? So I'm just going to next week do a few more videos Halloween related. Obviously, next, what are we on today, the 30th, tomorrow is the 1st of October. I do plan, especially through the last 2 weeks of Halloween, I want to go Halloween cray if I can, if I have time. Sure, I will. But yeah, so I'm just going to crack on with editing for the rest of the day and have a nice Sunday roast. Oh, and watch Towie.